Hello and welcome here if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. I'm honored that you're here. This is Survival Fit Adventures, and today I'm going to explain 12 preparedness actions that I am taking right now. I don't know about you, but I'm seeing signs from many sources that we need to be ready, from economic shakeups to blackouts, not to mention the possibility of World War III. But we can choose to prepare. No fear, no panic, just real actions that you and I can take right now. So here are the 12 practical actions that I am taking right now to be more proactive and ready for anything life throws at our family. So let's jump into it. We are going to hit a lot of topics in the next couple of minutes, and you can see some of the items I'm going to be talking about very shortly. Let's start with number one, which I believe is the most important thing to have squared away, and that would be water storage and purification, because you can last weeks without food, but only days without water. You're going to be miserable without the food, but I guarantee you're going to be in trouble without the water. I store at least 2 gallons per person per day, with a goal of having 2 weeks on hand in storage. I also have backup filters, portable water filters like the hiking kind and purification tablets. And then I also have a large Berkey water filter that supplies enough water for our whole family of 7. So I'm not panicking if the water stops flowing. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 is stocking a realistic food supply. I'm working toward a 6-month pantry for 7 people. It's a lot of food. Foods that we actually eat, not just backpacking meals or MREs or something like that. Nothing weird or wasteful, because it's food that we actually eat. That means shelf-stable staples. Try to say that fast. Various flours. We do make a lot of homemade bread and other baked goods. We have rice, canned veggies, pasta, oats, and even some comfort foods like chocolate chips for chocolate chip cookies, of course. Does anyone else like chocolate chip cookies? We shop smart, looking for sales, using the buy a case if you can and a can if you can't rule. That way, I build up supplies over time without draining my budget. Here's a sneak peek. Financial actions that I'm taking are coming up later in this video, which are super important, so stay locked on for that. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 is creating a communication plan. What happens if the grid goes down? What happens if your cell phone does not work? I've put together a family communication plan, and we've got emergency contacts printed and a plan of where to meet if our phones stop working. I'm also testing offline communication tools like walkie-talkies. So these don't rely on cell towers. You have to make sure, though, that what you have actually works in your area of operation. That's so important. Don't assume it works exactly as advertised, because terrain and buildings do make a big difference. I've tested these and they say they work for 32 miles, but I've actually tested the range in the town where there's lots of buildings and everything, and it's actually more like 2 to 3 miles when there's lots of things in between. You have to know that beforehand so you can use it effectively. We're on to number 4, and that is prioritizing mental and physical fitness. Here's something that a lot of people overlook. Our bodies and our minds are our first tools. This is why I like to talk about the preparedness lifestyle. It's not a fad. It's part of everyday life. And if you're not healthy, strong, and calm under pressure, all the gear in the world won't save you. So I'm working out 5 to 6 days a week with my teenage sons, mostly with weights in the garage gym. I do cardio, rucking, and hiking, and I've put out a bunch of videos about that. I'm also doing. I'm not just doom scrolling on a device. I'm reading the signs and taking appropriate actions, which leads to better mental health. I also read fiction that I purely enjoy, that just gets me to relax and gets my body and mind ready for sleep. So having a strong body and mind before a very bad day event is critical. Preparedness isn't just about surviving. It's about enduring, adapting, and staying sharp. Number 5 is learning first aid and medical basics. If someone around you gets hurt and there's no 911 to call, would you know what to do? I've taken many basic first aid classes throughout the years, and I'm learning how to treat more advanced medical situations like ongoing care, burns, stopping bleeding, and even advanced bleeding, and handling shock. I've also got stocked first aid kits in various locations, and I keep first aid guidebooks and more advanced manuals on hand. And I'll put a link in the description to a video that I just did on this exact topic. But I will say this, having those manuals on hand in an emergency is so important because offline knowledge matters. Number 6 is fortifying home safety. So emergency preparation starts at home. I've checked fire alarms, added extra fire extinguishers, and made sure everyone knows how to use them. I've created a home evacuation plan, and just as important or more so, a home defense plan, making sure that all the pieces of those plans are ready for action, if you know what I mean. It's important that all members of a household know their role clearly in these scenarios before any event happens, because during an emergency is not a good time for instruction, it's a time for action. So I've also walked through my house to see what could fall or break in an earthquake or a storm. Little fixes now can save lives later. We are on to number 7, and that is building local community ties. So disaster response isn't just a solo game. It's not just a lone wolf activity. I've started building stronger ties with my neighbors and with local municipal leaders, because in a real emergency, community can mean survival. Sharing skills, tools, or even just information can make all the difference. So know your neighbors. A simple hello today could make a difference tomorrow. Number 8, securing emergency power options. We are more dependent on electricity than we realize. I've made sure my generator is serviced and the fuel in it is fresh, so it's ready to go. I've also added solar chargers for my phone and lights and other small appliances, and a small portable power station just for the essentials. And I test them regularly. I've got backups for backups, because outages aren't just possible, they're actually happening, as we've seen a major one in the week that I recorded this episode. Let's go on to number 9, and that is creating a stay-at-home kit or supply room. Not all emergencies mean evacuating. Most times, the safest place is our homes. I've got stay-at-home supplies in various rooms and closets, but I'm suggesting that at least you have a kit if you don't have the room for those things. So depending on your storage situation, make sure it's stocked with hygiene products, non-electric cooking tools, warm blankets, board games, pet supplies, and yes, the ability to make chocolate chip cookies, grid down or not, because morale matters too. We are on to number 10, and 10 is getting financially ready. So emergencies aren't just physical, they're financial too. Savings in precious metals are important in a financial correction. So silver is one of the longest serving currencies for millennia for common people, and gold protects against inflation. I'm also building a small cash emergency fund as well, keeping some cash at home and in everyone's go bags or bug out bags, printing hard copies of important documents like IDs and insurance. If the grid's down, you can't swipe your card out of trouble. Number 11 is planning for pets. If you have pets, you have to get ready for them too. I've got extra food, medications, a travel carrier, supplies stored just for my dog. And in any emergency, they're also your family, so plan like it. All right, we've made it to the last one, number 12, and this one is an important one. I've been doing this a long time, so this I've really seen go through the cycle. Number 12 is scheduling regular check-ins with all of your readiness and preparedness supplies. So preparedness is not just a one-time thing. You just go buy a bunch of stuff. No, it's a lifestyle. So every 3 months, I review our plans, our supplies, I rotate food, I rotate stored fuel, check home defense items, replace batteries, let's see, check expiration dates. Those are just a few things. But I also do a tabletop walkthrough of different what-if scenarios in my head. And once I have a plan for that, I discuss it with the family so that everyone's comfortable and that our roles are clearly understood. It's about staying calm, proactive, and ready, not reactive. So those are the 12 actions I'm taking right now to be more prepared. There's a lot more that you could do, but I wanted to share these 12 today. This isn't just for the big stuff, but it's for real life. Preparedness isn't extreme, it's smart. It's about taking care of yourself, the people around you, and your future with confidence, not fear. If this video helped or inspired you, hit the like button, drop a comment with one action that you're taking, and don't forget to subscribe. I've got more practical, grounded preparedness videos coming soon. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and stay kind.